welcome to another episode of Talking Takes. I am Natasha, and with me is my co-host,
Ashley.
On today's particular episode, we'll be talking on insurance. Do you have any insurance policies that you have acquired? Are you insured in any way? On this particular episode on insurance, we have here with us two lovely guests. We have with us Mr. James Torunarie. I hope I got that right. Territorial Manager of Cornerstone Insurance PLC. And also we have the lovely Mrs. Chika Eze, Team Lead at Cornerstone Insurance PLC. But to get into this topic, we'll be right back after the short break.
Hey there! Are you looking to record your videos, do your voiceovers, and take your professional pictures? Look no further. With our state-of-the-art newsroom, photography, kitchen for our food content creators, and exclusive children's studio, we certainly can deliver the best studio experience. Our carefully designed studio space can bring your diverse creative content ideas to life. We aim to consistently serve value to our customers far and wide. Come, let Thav Media give life to your dreams. Thav Media, a slice of infotainment.
Welcome back. Ms. Chika, I'll start with you. In the simplest, shortest way, explain what insurance is to a layman.
I'll say it's something someone can fall back on. What I mean by that is, most of us, we get our salary, we spend money, we don't think of tomorrow, or maybe something will happen or anything will happen, okay? So, but if you with insurance, if you have insurance policy, let's say life or investment policy, peradventure there is a loss of job or loss of anything, insurance will take you back to where you were. So you don't need to start looking for property to sell before you can get back to your feet.
So insurance is a safety net.
Exactly.
Okay. But an average Nigerian believes, or let me say, if we're being specific, Christians believe when you're insuring any property against fire or against, it's almost like you're messing with your faith. Are you saying I'm going to get robbed? Are you saying my car will get stolen? At least that's the mindset a lot of our parents had growing up. So what would you say to a strong Christian that insurance is not going against your faith, that I believe I will not get sick, I believe I will not die, I believe, because life insurance is like saying, okay, after I die, this and this should be given to, if I'm mistaken here. So how do you tell a Christian that life insurance is not against your faith?
Yeah, even the Bible talks about savings, okay? So you're not meant to spend all you have. So if, for a Christian, I think I have some pastors that have policies with us, and they do preach it now, recently. They do preach it. We are not telling you that we are going to save your life or we are going to prevent you from dying. No. It's just something you can fall back on. Instead of maybe something happened, you start begging or start looking for what to do, and just to put you at the place you were. We are not saving, we can't save you. It's only God can save life. There's no way, we don't have the power. We just want you to be at where you are supposed to be.
Okay. Sir, this is for you. At what age would you say we can start insuring our properties?
Okay, insurance starts with the law itself. What does the law say? 18 years, you're an adult. Now, you can insure from 18 years till you are 60 years. In some professions, we also allow you to insure till you are 70 years, but there are exceptions. There are only 3 professions that have that privilege. That's the medical doctors, the lecturers, and the lawyers, because of the nature of their practice. Ordinarily, insurance ends at 60 years, particularly the life insurance aspect of insurance, which deals with human existence. But the general insurance has no age barrier. Yes, you can insure, even if you are 70, 80, 90 and you have a property, you can insure under the general or property or pecuniary insurance. It's basically what you are insuring there is the property, not the life of the person. So age does not come to play in that instance.
Okay.
Okay, same, Mr. James. So the concept of insurance is gradually being accepted by
yeah.
us Nigerians. It used to be quite foreign to hear about insurance and all of that, but it's gaining some traction with us. So I would like you to kindly educate us more on the various insurance policies available.
Okay, insurance is actually divided basically into two major forms of insurance. However, we have moved a bit further into what we call the Islamic insurance. So, and the Islamic insurance also divided into the two basic forms, which is the life insurance and or the general insurance and or the property insurance. Now, the general insurance deals with the properties owned by a person, while the life insurance deals with the existence of human life. The general insurance has a tenure of a maximum period of 1 year renewable, while the life insurance has a long-term existence of human. Now, it starts from, like I said, 18 years to 60 years and above for some professions. Now, the different kind of products we have in insurance, basically, the founding principle of insurance started with the Motor Third Party Act of 1945. Now, that is insurance that gave rise to the other forms of insurance in the general insurance. What does it state? It states that every vehicle that moves in the road of Nigeria must have a third-party insurance cover protecting the life of other road users. Now, that is the third-party act. Then the car insurance has evolved into three basic dimensions. We have the comprehensive vehicle insurance, which we also now have what we call the enhanced comprehensive insurance policy. This is for car insurance. We also have property insurance. That means we have house insurance, vessel insurance, we have building, we have burglary insurance, theft of properties, and the dimensions. We have fire insurance. We also have explosive insurance. Then under the life insurance, we have the individual savings schemes. For my organization, because the title of these policies are different based on organization, we have what we call the Children Education Fund. We have what we call the maximum investment plan. We have what we call the universal insurance plan. We have what we call the iSave insurance, which is called the Oga Boy insurance. Now, these are different kind of insurance savings that have come to bear with us. Now, we also have what we call the endowment and term assurance. This insurance covers strictly only on death. The endowment policies deals on death. The term assurance policies deals on death. But the other policies deals on an investment saving option where you make a savings and get back your money plus interest if the covered element risk does not occur. But where that happens, we pay to the beneficiaries of that policy. So these are the policies we have. We cannot. We have the travel insurance. We have under the vessel or marine insurance. We have three categories. We have the Clause A, Clause B, and Clause C vessel insurance. We have the marine oil insurance, which deals with the oil. Then we have the machinery. The oil is just the frame. Then we have the machineries, the equipment inside the marine insurance.
So that sounds quite, it's like an it cannot even be exhausted. There are lots of policies that we can engage in. But from what I've heard about property insurance, burglary insurance, life insurance and all of that, vessel, marine insurance and all of that. It seems very elitist.
Yes.
It seems very elitist. So then at the core of insurance, it's still the fact that you have to put in some money. In our local parlance, they say, now who first chop, they fit invest, right? So typically, if you were to go to the market woman to say that, oh, please invest in insurance policy, she would ask you, why? Why am I doing that? To invest this, my little things that I have? So please, I would like you to help us debunk that myth that insurance is elitist. It's for the rich. It's not for all and everybody.
Not very correct. Your statement may not be very correct. In the sense that insurance started in its local form through what we call the Esusu Ajo kind of arrangement, where market women come together, they all gather money and said, in this month, my colleague Chika Eze will pick. The next month, Sophia? Natasha will pick. And that kind of arrangement is a form of local insurance. Now, but the risk exposure to that kind of arrangement is if Chika picks today and tomorrow she's not available to bring your money, what do you do? So that is the foundation of why insurance came on board. So you transfer that element of risk to a corporate entity that will exist for a long time, that may not necessarily have the challenges that Natasha or Chika may have at the time that is your turn to pick money. So insurance generated from that position of we wanting to make some savings. Now, insurance is very critical to any part of the world because there are basically three reasons why human exists: pecuniary reasons, transactional reasons, and speculatory reasons. These are the reasons why you exist. Any man who does not save anything will not have anything to fall back to at the day or at the time that he needs an urgent fund. That's why insurance is not for the very high class. It's for everybody who does business. Let's give an example of 2020. The COVID-19 came. Those people did not have savings. What happened to them? They were running helter-skelter. Business was nowhere. So those who had savings in insurance were able to pull on that savings in insurance. It's not an elite. However, the society here have a funny way of dealing with it. In the Western world, saving is compulsory. As you work, you take 5% of your money and save for tomorrow, precautionary. You must have that savings. And that savings can only be secured properly in an insurance because insurance will give you a two-edged benefit. One benefit is that it gives you the benefit of savings. The second benefit, it gives you the benefit of life cover. What does life cover states? The life cover states that if you are making a savings in an insurance company, what you intend to save in 10 years, from the very first day you make that first commitment of payment, you already have it in the case of eventuality. That is casualty. That is, if Mr. A wants to save 10 million naira in a period of 10 years, and he starts saving ₦1 million every year, it means that he will start saving 80,000 naira every month. Now, the first day he drops that 80,000 naira, in insurance, we have seen his life cover as 10 million naira. So if death occurs, he has paid only 80,000, but he has 10 million to withdraw. So it creates the future for the unseen beneficiaries of that person. That is why insurance is very critical. Now, you also save so that when you have need to expand your business, like the local businesswoman, she may not want to remain in a local shop. If she needs an expansion, she falls back to what she has saved. One of the major drivers of business in the whole world is called capital. And everybody wants capital. How do you generate capital? You cannot get possible in our system. The loan system is difficult now, but in insurance, we allow you to begin to save for your capital in a process of time so that it does not affect you seriously. That is why it's important that the market woman start making that saving for a child that will go to school in the nearest future, and she falls back to that savings to withdraw to pay the school fees and other liabilities.
Okay, Ms. Chika, please, I would like to ask you a question after this short break. We'll be right back.
Hey there, are you looking to record your videos, do your voiceovers, and take your professional pictures? Look no further. With our state-of-the-art newsroom, photography, kitchen for our food content creators, and exclusive children's studio, we certainly can deliver the best studio experience. Our carefully designed studio space can bring your diverse creative content ideas to life. We aim to consistently serve value to our customers far and wide. Come, let Thav Media give life to your dreams. Thav Media, a slice of infotainment.
Welcome back. Ashley.
Ms. Chika, please, is there any form of insurance that is compulsory, whether as a business owner or just an individual? Is there any form of insurance that is compulsory in Nigeria?
Yeah, third-party insurance. That's for vehicle. As in, it's compulsory by the government. But due to, I don't know, due to the way the country is, we have some roadside guys that does whatever they do, as in just give you pass-by paper. They don't come to the insurance office to buy the policy.
How are they able to get that paper that would look... Okay, first, who checks whether you have that insurance or not?
Yes.
And how will police know the one that is gotten, a fake one and a real one?
I think there is a code. There is a code. When you do the real one, there is a code you press. It will show that this insurance is real. But the fake one is, maybe they just see a certificate, someone's certificate, use it to reprint and have fake ones. That one you can get it for 1,500, 1,000 naira. But the real one is 5,000 naira.
Okay, annually for a year?
Yeah.
Okay, okay. So does it depend on the kind of car you drive or just...
Okay, yes, it depends. I think saloon cars, like saloon cars, 5,000. Then truck, Helios, all those ones should be around 7,000, 12,000.
Okay, and in this case, when the individual is caught, that's the car owner that has that fake document, is there a punishment? Or generally, what's the punishment for insurance fraud? If anyone gets caught, does the insurance company deal with the person, or you hand that individual over to the police?
Yeah, there is an association, NIL base, something like that. Once you're caught, those people, they will charge you 200,000 or 2 years imprisonment.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So police has no business with insurance fraud. That's interesting.
So insurance so far, I've heard it sound very urbane, very urban related. Are there any insurance policies available to the rural areas? To those in the rural areas? And what are they? Peradventure, I have my grandma in the village. You know, what insurance policies are available or accessible to those in the rural areas? Do you even have offices there? Or everything has to be in the city?
Okay.
Yes, please.
Yes.
Miss Chika, then Mr. James, you can go.
It's not really a city thing. You can do your insurance wherever you are.
Okay. So what insurance policies are available to those in the rural areas? Do you even have offices in those rural areas?
Most companies does.
Cornerstone?
Cornerstone.
We're everywhere.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah, with the advent of the internet, we can access anywhere. And if you are probably listening, I said that there is age barrier to insurance. Yes. So if your mother is more than 60 years, she may not partake in the life insurance, but she could also partake in the property insurance. And I don't know any village now where there's no network. If there's network, we are present there. www.cornerstone.com.ng in the platform anywhere in the world can access us. Now, we also have policies that we run for farmers in those kind of areas.
Very well. That's what I wanted to hear, especially the crops.
Also called agricultural insurance. So we also run that kind of those insurance for them to protect them.
Okay, so for the insurance companies, now we know that we are coming to engaging more in this, but it's still not very much accepted. I don't even know, what's the percentage of Nigerians with insurance policies? Would you have any figures for that statistically?
Yeah. Well, currently our contribution to the GDP is very low. After the last report we had, it was about 7.5%, which is still very insignificant.
Yeah.
And that has bedeviled the process of insurance. Now, the executive makes the law. The executive enforces the laws. Now, these laws are to be enforced. Like she was saying, there's what we call NIID, Nigerian Insurance Database. Any insurance policy that is not on that base is assumed and presumed to be fake. And the person who is supposed to enforce that law is the Nigerian police. So, and if you don't have a compulsory insurance, you are to pay a 200,000 naira fine and also be jailed for 2 years. For 5,000 naira, you would have just paid quietly. Now, but the police has also connived with the system. It's unfortunate. These are some of the challenges that we have. We have thrown it up severally. The National insurance corporation, Nigerian Insurance Corporation, which is the NICON, does not have executive powers. Insurance don't have executive powers to prosecute offenders. What we do is that we only report offenders to the executive arm, which is the police, to handle it. That's why there are a lot of sharp practices, as we see in our country today.
Okay.
But let's say these offenders don't know better. Let's assume that they don't know better. Is there anything insurance companies, yours especially, is there anything you're doing to properly educate everyone about insurance and the importance of insurance?
Yes, Cornerstone, as at last year, was constantly on 92.3 radio station for over 1 year, educating insurance with the public with jingles. Of course, you know, ignorance to the law is not an excuse. So it's not because there's no information. It is because there's no monetary system, there's no punishment system. That is why people don't obey. Now, if we have just 1, 2, 3 persons, that information used as scapegoat, that information will move around the whole city. And that's what has bedeviled our system. A lot of good policies are not being pursued, either by the process of the judiciary or by the police. Now, you want to go for a court case of maybe 200,000 naira and it's taking you 40 years to get judgments. Would you want to still go back there? 40 years of your life. So these are some of the challenges that we have. We cannot prosecute, but we can only report. That's the best we can do. Okay,
Ms. Chika, your colleague talked about trust fund for children or making investments for your children, life assurance and all of that. But there are people that would prefer to buy properties in their children's name. I think recently a celebrity did that. So why is that? Why is life insurance or trust fund better than buying properties? We all know how properties appreciate. So why is it better than buying properties for your children?
Okay. Thank you. Property is good. We won't say getting property is not good. But when it comes to insurance, properties, so many things happen these days. Let's say peradventure death occurs, or maybe there is a will. All those things can be changed by someone, or maybe by, should I say, evil uncle or wicked relative. All those things can be changed. But when it comes to insurance, nothing can be changed. The beneficiary stands to gain whatever that is there for the person.
Okay. Mr. James, do you have anything to say about that?
Yeah. Well, property investment is one very fast-growing investment in our society. However, for me, I always tell my client to have what we call a pool of investments. What does a pool of investment do? Liquidity is the beam of business. If you don't have liquidity, you can't do business. What I mean is, if you have 10 properties and you now have a business opportunities, you now start looking for who to buy it. But insurance is a quick cash of liquidity. It provides at the event of the occurrence of a covered risk. So it gives even that property a stability. It's what stabilizes a system. If the system is working in Nigeria like it does work in the Western world, the insurance companies control the banks because there are laws that are people keep to. Each individual has about 7 to 8 insurance policies. If I may even ask, do any one of us here have insurance policy? So what grows the insurance business? Certainly us. So that is what we're saying. That's why it's important, you know. And the government is also not taking us serious, like I did said, because our contribution to the GDP is still insignificant. There are edicts in the House of Assembly, in the Senate, that we want to pass to ensure that the insurance system is highly regulated and highly controlled by the government. But when it gets there, the politicians will play with it, turn it here. It takes them 5 to 7 hours of assembly or a Senate to be able to pass 1 bill on insurance because they may not necessarily get the kind of fund they want to get in hasting those kind of bills. So those are the things that bedeviled it. But insurance business is very viable. I bet you the South African companies that have come into Nigeria in the last 2 years to invest in our insurance because they know it's an untapped area in Nigeria. They're investing seriously.
Okay.
So in your statement, you made mention of insurance as a quick cash for liquidity. So on one of our talks, we talked about get rich quick syndrome. So basically that line that you said, I'm sure some people have latched onto that real quick. but on that particular note, I want to ask, I've heard, and I'm sure we have all heard, and I'm sure your company has experienced this, where people deliberately vandalize their cars because they want to buy a higher car. People deliberately vandalize their properties because they want to get access to more fund to build bigger things. So how do you go about this? This whole fraudulent activities from your clients, how do you go about it?
Well, the insurance in itself is not a profit-making venture. We do not cover risk that is known. We cover unknown risk.
So how do you know?
That's I want to take you through a process. Now, what I mean is, if we discover that you acquire an interest in the policy and do damage to that policy, you are not liable to receiving that payment. However, if you are smart enough not to let us find out, we'll pay you. There are instances where somebody did damage to the life of his wife because she had a huge insurance policy and had a baby and killed her and collected the money. Down the line, 7, 8, 9 years down the line, it was tracked. So, and...
After he was paid?
Yes, he was paid.
So you still investigated after you had paid off?
No, we may not necessarily have to, but something can spring up an investigation. Something can just bring up an information that will lead to that. If we finish payment, we don't investigate anymore. But something can lead to something. The spirit of the dead can just make us find out something that leads to that.
In this kind of situation, it will probably make some people take up such life insurance and not tell their loved ones, their spouse.
It's even more dangerous not to.
Not to tell. So you insist, do you insist that your client let their partner know there's...
Well, we are a bit careful with saying yes or no, depending on who the life partner is. Okay? So if you understand the pattern of your life partner, of course, you should be able to know what to...
Okay, so what of in a case where maybe, let's say, the father takes on that life insurance for the child and something happens to both him and his wife? The wife knew about it, but something happened to them. Is it your job to approach the child that is unaware that he or she has access to such money?
What we do is that we have marketing officers who are expected to have this information. And the information gets to us, we quickly do what is expected of us. What's expected of us? If the child is below 18 years, we'll ask the family of the deceased to bring what we call a testator account. They will meet or they will appoint an administrator who can now come and administer that fund through the processes and get the fund back to the child. But where the child is more than 18, the child can confidently walk to us and would pay the claim.
Okay.
People have talked about, I know I've heard people talk about the rigors of getting your monies from insurance companies. There's a lot of drama going on about it. So people say, even with all of those stresses involved, that they're not willing to engage in it. So can you lightly, briefly touch on that? So we call this a wrap.
Okay. Yeah. The process of getting money from insurance is very easy. You just have to understand the policy you have. Most people don't understand the policies they have. So when you come without having the understanding, you have to be taught and to be guided. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
This has been a very informative conversation. I learned so much, and I'm sure you did too. And I'm sure everyone watching us did too. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please like, comment, share, and we'll see you in our next episode. Bye.